In the heart of the Seriphus Nebula, nestled within the swirling cosmic dust and shimmering stardust, lay the grand Citadel station of Xantheris. It was a marvel of engineering and a testament to the unity of the diverse species that comprised the Grand Galactic Federation. Inside the Grand Council chamber, representatives of the galaxy's most advanced civilizations gathered to discuss a matter of urgent concern. The chamber buzzed with a hum of conversation as the delegates took their places. Their forms were as varied as the stars themselves. The crystalline Elysians refracted light in a dazzling array of colors, the serpentine Threxans coiled gracefully around their podiums, and the amphibious Ilarians sat in their water-filled tanks. At the head of the room, the venerable Cthar, a member of the ancient and wise Volturians, called the meeting to order. "Ye esteemed delegates," Cthar's voice resonated through the chamber. We gathered today to deliberate on the fate of a species from a backwater planet in the Sol system. These semi-hairless primates, known as humans, have demonstrated an unprecedented rate of technological advancement. In a mere few generations, they have progressed from hunter-gatherers to splitting the atom. This rapid progression raises several concerns. The holographic display in the center of the room projected images of humans, their cities, and their technologies. Cthar gestured to the display, and the first delegate, an Elysian named Liara, took the floor. These humans progress too quickly," Liara began, her crystalline form glinting under the chamber lights. Their immaturity is evident in their actions. They have not had time to develop the wisdom necessary to wield their technology responsibly. Their history is rife with conflict and violence. A murmur of agreement rippled through the chamber. The Threxan delegate, Sisk, uncoiled slightly and spoke in a sibilant tone. Indeed, they exhibit extreme violent tendencies. Wars, genocides, and countless atrocities mark their history. Their capacity for destruction far outweighs their ability to create harmony. Zalar, the amphibious delegate, swam to the front of his tank. They also struggle with biases and differences among themselves, he said, his voice bubbling through the water. Racism, sexism, and other forms of discrimination are rampant. They cannot even unite as a single species, let alone contribute positively to the Federation. Cthar nodded gravely and motioned for the next speaker. A diminutive Grecan named Torque shuffled forward, his multiple eyes blinking in unison. A small percentage of their population suffers from a condition that drives them to hoard resources. These individuals, through greed and selfishness, control vast portions of their planet's wealth, leading to inequality and suffering for the majority. The room fell silent as the implications of Torque's words sank in. The next delegate, a tall and elegant Elysian named Vendra, stepped forward. Furthermore, only a small percentage of humans understand their own technology. This ignorance leads to misuse and accidents. Their development is unsustainable and dangerous. The final delegate to speak was a Hyrcan named Brox, whose race had once faced similar scrutiny. If allowed into the Federation, humans would likely incite conflict and war. Their history shows a pattern of aggression and conquest. They are not ready to join our ranks. After hours of heated debate, Cthar called for silence. We must decide the fate of these humans. They are on the verge of creating general AI, a technology that could either save or doom them. The probability of their species surviving is extremely low given their dysfunction. The chamber grew still as Cthar paused, looking around the room at the solemn faces of the delegates. It is our duty to ensure that nature on undeveloped worlds is not disturbed and that events follow their natural course. We cannot allow a species so inherently destructive to jeopardize the stability of the Federation. With a heavy heart, Cthar took the tablet and stamped it with the Valtorian symbol forged rejected. The decision was final. The file was handed to a clerk, who carried it down the hall to another office. There, the second clerk looked at the screen and asked, "Name of the planet?" The first clerk replied, Earth of the Sol system." The second clerk stamped the file species extinct and placed it in the archives of dead worlds. As the echoes of the chamber's discussions faded, the Citadel station of Xantheris continued its silent vigil over the galaxy, ensuring that the natural order remained undisturbed. And in the vastness of space, Earth, once filled with potential and promise, quietly awaited its inevitable fate. The delegates filed out of the chamber, their minds heavy with the weight of their decision. In the corridors and common areas of Xantheris, discussions continued in hushed tones. Some spoke of missed opportunities, others of the inherent dangers that had been averted. A few wondered if, perhaps in another timeline or under different circumstances, humanity might have been guided onto a more enlightened path. Cthar lingered in the emptying chamber, lost in thought. The responsibility of maintaining galactic harmony was a heavy burden, one that often required difficult and heartbreaking decisions. As he left the chamber, he cast a final glance at the holographic images of Earth. It was a reminder that the Federation's duty was to the greater good, even when it meant extinguishing a flicker of potential to prevent a wildfire of destruction. Outside the Citadel station, the Seraphis Nebula continued its eternal dance, indifferent to the decisions made within its heart. Stars were born and died, planets formed and crumbled, and life in its myriad forms continued to evolve, each species facing its own trials and tribulations in the vast tapestry of the cosmos.